Hey, hello everybody. We got a very special inside of Flash today for you. Not only the inside workings from this CEO, but the inside workings from another CEO, formerly T3. We have a big announcement to make. T3 Golf have been making some waves, and I won't spoil all the good things they've done. I'll let Garrett talk about that. But Flash has acquired T3 and brought them into the Flash family. And so this is just a very big win for Flash overall. And then of course T3 and what they're doing and just combining our forces together. My goodness, we're feeling really good about the golf industry. So, for Flash, it's always been about bringing unique data sets and translating those data sets into meaningful information. And that's exactly what T3 has done in the agronomy side of golf. And so, and then taking this obviously from just golf into agronomy as a whole, into construction, into insurance, into youth sports, you name it. It's just a really great day for Flash, really great day for T3. And I brought Garrett Costardi on, guys who are in the weather world may recognize the last name, comes from a long line of the Stardy meteorologists who are famous. So appreciate Garrett being on today and to discuss this. So Garrett, tell us about T3 and what T3 is and what Flash will be getting with his acquisition.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. And yeah, our team at T3, T3 was always an acronym for Turf Threat Tracker, and so it kind of is self-explanatory. We were trying to use the weather and leverage weather data and forecast data to help track threats for those who are in turf grass and agronomy as a whole. And so, I want to just quickly echo all the things Jason said about how excited we are. This is a win-win for both sides. Jason and I personally see a lot eye to eye on a lot within the industry of weather and the business of it, and being able to communicate all this data effectively to people who need to make decisions day in and day out, whether it's a business or in this case within the golf industry. And so, yeah, T3 is we're running on 4 years now, and just have hit a lot of our markers that we wanted to get to when it comes to the clientele we've been able to serve, the data we've been able to provide, the service we've been able to provide, utilizing and leveraging high resolution weather data in a site specific and turf centric manner, and really working with superintendents to build out a forum, build out a platform to really serve the needs of what they would their needs when it comes to agronomy related decisions and operational decisions. Now we're just getting taken to a whole nother level when it comes to just an all encompassing platform that Flash provides. The ability to really take the entire club as a business when it comes to a golf course, rather than us just really focusing in on the superintendents. Flash really just focusing in on maybe the pro shops or the clubhouse. Well, now we're able to kind of put the entire package together. And so, safety, mitigation, all of that, when it comes to the lightning detection and prediction, with Flash, not even to scratch the surface of when it comes to all the other forecast tools Flash has provided and will provide. But now just to kind of fit that puzzle piece in from T3 with the ag centric, the agronomy centric data, really taking it to a whole nother level. We had some limitations with user interface and the ability to be customizable and intuitive. I'm just beyond excited that, those limitations are now going to be kind of taken off, the data that we provide. So it's a really exciting day for us at T3. I know it's exciting for Jason. And I think the industry as a whole, when it comes to golf, agronomy, and then down the road, just basically any platform that needs, all encompassing weather, it should be an exciting day for all of them as well.
Fantastic, Garrett. Yeah, no, we're really excited about everything, and not to put you on the spot or anything,
Yeah.
but really impressive in terms of the clientele you
Mhm.
and that. So whether it's through actual paid customers, demos, trials, what have you,
Mhm.
can you list out a few of those more well known clientele?
Yeah. Yeah. We're truly, we're truly blessed and truly grateful, to have had partnerships early on, For example, Grassroots Weather, which is a consulting firm run by Herb Stevens, who's a partner of us, and one of the co-founders of T3, had a pretty good network early on, for us to be able to get into the space, and beta test our data, and then kind of emerge into the agronomy world when it comes to golf. And so, to list off some of those clientele, I mean, to be able to work with great clubs and in Southeast Texas, like Houston Country Club and the Woodlands Country Club and the clubs at Kingwood, in Arizona, Desert Mountain and Desert Highlands. You go up to the Midwest, Omaha Country Club. The ability to work with Detroit Golf Club and Rich Harvest Farms in Chicago. Um, you know, think about it, Muirfield Village in Columbus. We work with a lot of clubs that work, with the PGA Tour and have had hosted events. And we have a lot of experience of having our data utilized by those events and by the superintendents at those events, but also having our consulting services, utilized by those superintendents. And so, you go into the Mid Atlantic and the Northeast. The Country Club of York, a great club in southeastern Pennsylvania, as well as Marion, and Marion is obviously a very big name in the world of golf, and Rolling Hills or Rolling Green, just to name a few. We're blessed to have an upper end tier of golf clubs, but at the same time, to make it pretty clear as to the diversity of club that we're utilized at a lot of mom and pop golf courses, right? Nine holers, municipal golf courses, public golf courses as well, county run golf courses. We've been able to build a platform that if you want to utilize data and really have an advantage over the weather, it doesn't really matter where you are on the spectrum of the level of golf course or club. You're managing a budget, you're managing a business, you have to make decisions. Well, the weather impacts those decisions. And so, yeah, we have those, pretty good high end golf courses. We also, are able to have a kind of diversity of private and publics, municipal, county run, nine holers, 18 holers, and some bigger operations as well, all across the country. We're now in over 40 states.
And it's not just limited to golf either. I mean, you guys are doing
Absolutely.
the NFL and other aspects too. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, anybody that in the end, we've been kind of focused in one silo in sports and athletic golf specifically, but working with the Kansas City Chiefs and working with the Philadelphia Eagles, a couple other facilities on trial in the NFL, working with some minor league and major league baseball teams, worked with the MLS team in Montreal. Anybody that grows, a playing surface, in this case grass, right? Can find an advantage in the weather when utilizing T3's data. But the same ends up going for anybody growing anything of importance or of value. There's no reason that T3 can't be taken into farming and agronomy as a whole, and agriculture and crops and stuff like that. And so, yes, while I'd say the majority of our clientele and the people we serve are in golf. We have other sports. We have college universities as well. We're in 3 or 4 different the Power Four conferences, and I just think that we're scratching the surface of what we can reach. And with Flash's platform in general, it's going to be hard for folks to say no, from an ag standpoint, a safety standpoint, and an operational standpoint with us combined.
Yeah, it's interesting you put it that way. I mean, that's what, I've said in previous videos over and over again, is eliminating the reasons for people to say no. And so, we want to continue to add the proprietary data. If you guys watched my previous video, the big announcement was why are you paying for free weather data? And we're just going to be giving the dashboard out to everyone, and you'll have the free weather parameters that everybody can enjoy. And the reason we can do that is because we have proprietary data. And so in addition to what we're doing with the lightning and the hail, and hopefully tornadoes and winds, and bringing all those in from a proprietary standpoint, now we bring in the T3 data, which will not only be golf agronomy or even agronomy. We're going to start to use your insights and the way you boil things down to what the end user needs, and using that proprietary data as well. And that's the reason we provide all the other stuff for free. So I'm sharing the screen here now. This is, I should say we're about, 75% of the way done already in integrating this T3 site into the Flash site. So you'll just go to this Flash dashboard and you'll be able to see this T3 data, but wanted to show you this here first off their site. Um, Here it just,
Mhm.
described to me a little bit about like this growing degree tracker. I mean, what you guys will not see here really
Yeah.
is standard meteorological parameters. You'll see the end
Mhm.
result and what people actually need. So I can navigate wherever you want to, but maybe just take
Right.
minutes to describe this stuff.
Yeah, and so again, T3 is we try to be very industry specific, right? And so when you're looking at, and I know Flash is absolutely the same. And so when you're looking at your regular free weather app, that's not designed for somebody who's managing a multi-million dollar budget, who has a high pressure job trying to keep very fine playing surfaces for a membership. And so those free weather apps are designed for, can I go out on a run? Can I go, take my kids to the park? Um, you know, can I, whatever it might be outdoors. T3 was very specifically designed, and I will say built hand in hand with superintendents uh, to be a narrow focus on agronomy and the managing of turf. And so we have things in here like growing degree day tracking and 15-day forecasting. That's something that's kind of unique. And so what you're looking at here is we call it a growing degree day tracker, where we keep your growing degree days year to date, so that folks can make decisions, whether it's application decisions, fertilizer decisions, whatever sprays you have to put down. You're usually doing it off of a growing degree day calendar or growing degree day tracker. But then something that we add into there is a 15-day forecast, as high resolution as we can have it be for your location. And what that does is now it becomes a planning tool as well. And so if you're able to set thresholds at, you want to be alerted at X number of growing degree days, and that's the next time you're putting down a plant growth regulator or a fertilizer, now you can say, okay, well, the 15-day forecast is telling me that I'm going to reach that threshold in 10 days. Now I can say, okay, well, it's Sunday of week one, middle of next week, we have to be planning to be putting out this pretty expensive spray. Let's look at the local weather for that time. Is it rainy? Do we have to move it up a day, move it back a day? It just becomes a planning tool. And that's just growing degree days alone. As you continue to scroll down, we've
Yeah.
really we really have taken a deep dive into the ability to forecast diseases, the germination of crabgrass and goosegrass. And really, this is a preventative tool. It's been experimental for a couple of years, but now we've gotten so much feedback from our superintendents. And I'll say, Jason, what's been awesome about, T3 and this network, and we hope it continues to go that way, is it's like an incubator for the ability to bring new things to market. You have access to all of these superintendents who will give you feedback. Hey, this is working for me. Maybe this isn't working for me. And we can take that feedback and we can kind of massage the model, or we can change things around in presentation or whatever it might be. But what you see here is just a 15-day forecast for a plethora of things that you don't want to be having to deal with on your golf course, whether it's dollar spot or pythium or crabgrass or goosegrass. And we just take model data and we plug it into an algorithm, that peer reviewed research as to what weather conditions lead to crabgrass germinating. And if you see, hey, I have it's all green here right now, so that's good. But if you see, well, it's turning red, 5 days down the road, maybe I'm going to put something out to make sure that, whatever product I have to put out to make sure that those things don't end up taking over my golf course or my property.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic. I love it. And so, you know, just looking at the future and extending this, this is one of the reasons it was so exciting for Flash in the T3 engagement is it goes well beyond just the golf agronomy and the agronomy. So they can take insights, and I guess I should say we can now take these meteorological insights and apply it to anything. So, if you're talking about schools and, winter weather and, whether to let kids out of school, then we can take those conditions and maybe look at slick roadways and what are the conditions that lead to black ice, or what are the conditions that lead to unsafe travel conditions or winds or things like that, and boil them all down to the bottom line for a superintendent or construction. How much efficiency hours do you have per week? So
Mhm.
really taking what they did in the agronomy section and applying it to other sectors is really the exciting part of what we're going to be doing. As far as the golf goes, there's so many aspects of the golf. There's the GM, the golf pro, the superintendent, many others. And some are more concerned, rightly so, about safety. Some are more concerned about operations and efficiency, and some are concerned about the turf grass. And so now we have under the Flash platform, we have all of those answers covered. Whether
Mhm.
you're concerned with the lightning, you're concerned with efficiency, you're concerned with uh, the turf grass, it's all going to be under this single umbrella that is Flash Weather AI. So
Mhm.
just really excited about that. We'll have more of these to come to show you exactly what Team 3 is all about, but I at least wanted to introduce it here briefly and introduce you to Garrett. And then Herb Stevens on the team as well is going to have some valuable help with us, and then Steve Hallett in terms of the technology infusion as well. So really excited to have them on board.
Mhm.
Um, Special day for inside of Flash Weather AI, and we'll talk to you guys later and have more for you. Have a good one, and you take care of Garrett.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason.